Nelson, as you look back at the season, obviously a bit of a weird one for you, maybe more so than a lot of guys. You spend so much time on the taxi squad and then finally get to play the last run of games with the Moose. What did it mean to you to get onto those last set of games and get into that game action?
For me, it meant everything. I mean, if you look at the timetable of COVID first setting in and our season getting canceled last year to the extremely long off season and then the uncertainty of this season. And then, like you said, starting on that taxi squad and staying there for a good majority of this season. Definitely not the way that I would have planned that out. But with that being said, I wouldn't have changed anything. And to be able to get these last 12 games in for me as a player, I mean, it's huge.
All that said, what was the opportunity on the taxi squad like for you? Because I feel like there's a lot of chances to really dial in on your game.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I was able to learn a lot, both as a player and a person. I mean, with it being a pretty small number of guys on the taxi squad and there being 4 coaches up there with the Jets, there was lots of coach to player altercation is not the word that I'm looking for, but it's 1-to-1 coach to player kind of ratio. So there's definitely lots of time there to work on those little skills that you want to work on as a player. And I was able to do that.
We'll go next to Dave Minuk. Go ahead, Dave.
You know, Nelson, I mean, we know how much the Moose have meant to you as a player, as a person. Just what does it mean to be able to have such a good run with this group? I mean, and I know you were obviously with the taxi squad for so long this season, and it's one of the themes that we seem to have spoken about throughout the course of the season and recently today, obviously, is that this idea of fun and how much fun this group had. How much did you enjoy being part of that group and being able to have fun with these guys, playing hockey, a sport you love, but also your work?
It was awesome. I mean, you hit the nail on the head there. It was tons of fun. I mean, I was really only down here for those 12 games. And I mean, it was, if you look at it on a calendar, a pretty short period of time, but it felt like I was down here a lot longer than I was. And looking back on it now, I wish I could have been down here longer just because of how good of a group we have in this dressing room. And both on and on the ice, on and off the ice, the success that we had, it was really fun to be a part of.
And one of those 12 games, Nelson, we have to go back because I know how much that player means to you as a person and as a teammate, was Eric Comrie's, historic win. How much did it mean? Again, I don't want to get too deep into it, but I mean, it must have meant a lot to you as a player and as a person to be on the ice, to be able to share in that experience with a guy who you are so close with.
Yeah, it truly was. I mean, a pretty proud moment as a teammate to see somebody who's, I mean, there's really nobody more deserving than Combs to be able to get that milestone. So, I mean, we got to tip our cap to him. And I mean, to be there, like you said, on the ice for that moment, it was pretty special.